The more of them, the better. The ultimate goal for anyone that hosts a market is to have a high turnout.
I usually find them online or Facebook or community groups.
Where and how to advertise on a small budget is difficult.
Honestly, a lot of it, I'll see the tents pop up and I decide to go and spontaneously go and look. See what's there. I like to support the community and, also just I like to see what's out there and give new things a try.
It seems like a lot of people are finding out about the markets on Facebook. I wanted to find out if there are any alternative to Facebook that drive foot traffic on a small budget.
Facebook, usually. Or people share it, or like the locals, that kind of stuff.
The more of them, the better. That's really the dream for anyone who hosts a market.
I'm recording you.
To see crowds of people walking in, smiling, exploring, supporting small businesses. Every host wants that high turnout, that feeling when you look around and see the community come alive. But let's be honest, getting people to actually show up is not that always easy. Most folks find out about the market on Facebook. That's the go-to place. You post an event, share it in a few groups, maybe boost it for $20 or more, and hope for the best. But lately, I feel like Facebook doesn't stress as far as it used to. You put in the effort, the post look good, you get a few likes, but somehow the crowd doesn't match the clicks. And when your budget is small, paying for ads over and over is not realistic. So it got me thinking, what else out there? What are some other ways to get people to find out about the market that don't involve rely on Facebook at all? Because the truth is, community used to thrive long before social media existed. Word travel and other ways, real humans way. Think about it. In a simple flyer at a coffee shop, a poster at a community board, a mention in a local newspaper, it might sound old school, but that stuff still works. When someone's sipping coffee and see a colorful flyers about the local market happening this weekend, it's stick in their mind. They might tell a friend or bring their kids. That one little piece of paper did more than an algorithm ever could. And there's word of mouth, the oldest and strongest advertisement there is. Every vendor has their own little network, family, friends, customers. If each one tells 5 people, and those 5 tell 5 more, suddenly your market isn't just an event. It is something people are talking about. That kind of buzz doesn't cost a dime, but it is priceless. Another thing that often gets overlooked is local media. Community radio station, small towns paper, even the local TV channel, they love covering markets. All you have to do is reach out. Tell them what makes your market special. Maybe it is the live music, maybe it's the mix of vendors, maybe it's just the story behind it. How it started, who's involved, what it means to the town. People connect with story, not just schedule. And if you cannot get on the air or in print, partner with local businesses. You will be surprised how many would happily help you if you just ask. The cafe down the street might put your flyer on the counter. The pizza place could stick your event poster on the door. You mention them on your market page and return. It is cross promotion that help everyone. Sometimes that's all it takes to bring in family who might never heard about the market otherwise. Now, here's something a lot of organizers don't use enough: Google. You can actually create a free Google business listing for your market. When people search things to do near me or farmer market this weekend, your market pops up on the map. Add some pictures, the time, maybe a quick update, and you'll be surprised how many new faces find you that way. Then there are the online community spaces outside of Facebook. Places like Nextdoor, local Reddit threads, or neighborhood newsletters. They might not seem like a big deal, but they reach exactly the people who are nearby. You post once, maybe even share a few photos. It is on someone's weekend radar. Sometimes it is just about showing up where people are already are, not trying to pull them into a platform they might not even use anymore. And let's not forget the power of people. You don't need a huge influencer, just a few local who love the community, maybe a mom who blogs about the weekend activities, or a foodie who always posts pictures of their favorite treats. Invite them out to the market, offer them something small, and let them share their experience. Their followers are usually the exact kind of people who would love to show up in person. But the part that matters most, don't just advertise the event. Tell the story behind it. When people hear that this market is not just about shopping, but about connection, about local makers, about families coming together, about giving small businesses a place to grow, that hit differently. It makes people feel something. Because honestly, most people are not scrolling around looking for a place to spend money. They are looking for meaning, for experience, for things that make them feel a part of a community. So tell those stories. Show the early morning setup, the vendors unloading the table, the smell of fresh bread, or candles, or flowers. Capture the laughter, the music, the little moment that make your market feel alive. That's the kind of content that spread naturally. That's what people share because it is real. And the beauty of market is that they create moment worth sharing without even trying. A child tasting a homemade cookie for the first time, a couple finding the perfect handmade gift, a vendor talking passionately about their craft. When you give people those moments, they will help you do your advertisement with photos, story, and simple conversation. At the end of the day, the goal is not just to get people to the gates. It is to build something that people remember, something they look forward to week after week. Facebook might help spread the word, but community keeps the market alive. And community does not need an algorithm. It just needs connection. So if you're hosting a market, don't be afraid to get creative. Talk to people, partner up, tell story. Let your market grow not just online, but in the hearts of the people who show up. Bring friends and keep coming back. Because when that happens, when the crowds build not from the clicks, but from the conversation, that's when you know your market has truly become part of the community. And that's the kind of turnout no ad budget can ever buy. You know, the more I think about it, the more I realize the best advertisement does not even look like advertising at all. It is the feeling people get when they walk to the market. It is the sound of laughter, the smell of cooking food, the music drifting through the tent. That atmosphere, that energy become his own message. Once people experience it, they talk about it. They tell the coworkers on Monday, you should seen that market this weekend. They had the live music and the best homemade lemonade I ever had. That's not an ad. It is a story. And story travel farther than any sponsor post ever could. When you start seeing your market as a story instead of an event, everything changes. You stop thinking, how do I get people here? And you start asking, what will people remember when they leave? Because it is not the booth count or the layout or the hashtag that stick with people. It is the moment. It is the vendor who gave the kid a free cookie. It is the old man who sat on a bench tapping his foot to the local band. It is the sunlight reflecting off jars of honey, making the whole table glow like gold. Those are the details that make people feel something. And when they feel something, they come back. But markets don't just grow because of memories. They grow because of community. A strong market becomes part of a town heartbeat. It is not just a place to buy things. It is where people meet up, catch up, slow down, and reconnect. And when you think about it, market are one of the last real public spaces left where everyone welcome. You don't need a membership. You don't need a reservation. You just show up, and for a few hours, you belong. That's powerful. That's something money cannot buy, and no algorithm can replicate. As a host, that's the secret to growth. You're not just organizing vendors, you are curating connection. You are setting the stage for hundreds of tiny interactions that ripple out to the community. Now, if the first step was getting people to show up, the next step is getting them to stay. And to do that, you have to think like a storyteller and a host at the same time. How can you surprise people? Maybe one weekend you have a meet the maker hour. Vendor talks for 2 minutes about what they make and why. Or a kids discover zone where children can learn how things are made. Or maybe just move the bin closer to the food area so family can stick around longer. Every little choice changes how people experience the market. Because when the experience feels intentional, people start to sense that this market is special. It has its own personality. It is not just another rows of booth. It is an event with soul. And here's something to think about. Markets are full of creative people. Use that. Ask your vendor for ideas. They are not just business owners. They are storytellers too. Let them help shape the vibe. Maybe one vendor wants to host a mini workshop. Another might donate a prize for a raffle. Those small collaborations build ownership. When vendors feel part of the market identity, they promote it naturally. Not because they have to, but because they are proud to. And you know what? The community knows that energy. They can tell when something is real. You can post hundreds of graphics online, but nothing beats authenticity. When people sense that you truly care, that this market isn't just about sales, but about people, they will support it. And that's how a market grows. Not from a bigger budget, but from a deeper roots. Some started with just a tent and a dream. Now they fill the whole city blocks. But if you ask the host how they did it, most will tell you the same thing. It was not luck, it was consistency. They show up week after week, rain or shine. They build trust with their vendors and the shoppers, and they pay attention to the little things: the parking, the music, the lighting, the flow of people. Those details matter more than you think. Because when people have a smooth, pleasant experience, they come back and they bring friends. That's organic growth, the kind that cannot be forced or fake. Maybe the next era of market, it is not about fighting for attention online. Maybe it is about creating places that are so good, so meaningful, that attention takes care of itself. Maybe it is about becoming the place to be, not because of fancy ads, but because of how it makes people feel. And that's really what market have always been about, right? They never just been about transaction. They have always been about connection between maker and buyer, farmer and family, neighbor and neighbor. Every booth is a handshake, every purchase is a small act of support, every smile a reminder that community is still alive. When you build that kind of market, one that tells story, create memories, and connect people, becomes something bigger than a Saturday event. It becomes tradition, something people mark on the calendar without even thinking about it, something kids grow up remembering, something the town identify with. And that's when you know you have done it right. When your market is not just being advertised, it's being lived. When the market itself becomes the message. So to every market host out there trying to figure it out, keep going. Even if the ad don't reach as far, even if the turnout is smaller than you hope. Remember this:
That's a
Every
wonderful
great
mother.
market starts small. Every crowd begins with one conversation.
Yeah.
And every connection you make today builds the foundation for tomorrow.
She's way
Because
beyond
people might forget the post,
She made
but they will never forget the
wedding dress.
feeling.
Yep.
And if your market can create that feeling,
Dresses every year.
warm,
A lot of them.
joy,
Does
belonging,
some grandma
then you have already won.
make the blankets for kids? Does she make blankets, pajama for the kids, grandkids?
She's made crocheted stuff. She hasn't made quilts though. Quilts take forever.
Yeah.
I think she made one for our house, and she made me a sleeping bag when I was really little. But
Yeah, my wife, grandma, I think make a blanket for each grandkids.
wow.
She passed away now, but yeah,
Oh, that's too bad.
it was pretty cool. I used it because they get her old jeans. She made them out of old jeans.
I had a student when I was teaching that she made every year she would make little hot pads out of old jeans and some like flower fabric. She would make that for Christmas for all of her teachers every year.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
That's sounds cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's do business now.
Okay. What are you interested in?
Hey. Francisco. Fernando? What's that? Francesca. The popcorn man. This is one of the finest catacon I ever tasted in my life. It's better than the one in Texas.
Oh wow, thank you.
Yes. See ya, guys. Brown Backyard Country and Bakery. Some of the finest one in the business here.
For sure.
It doesn't get any better than that. It's better than my grandma.
I don't know about that. Yes.
Did I say that? I'm gonna get.
So how did you guys get started? So we were all like looking for